Here it is again. Hello, this is Bwana from Bwana.tv. Today I'm going to answer another question from Twitter. Over on Twitter, this question comes to me from Mr. CPU Kid on Twitter. And he asks, what are you, me, what are you expecting for WWDC 2009? That's the Worldwide Developers Conference. It's hosted by Apple. And what do you hope for? Okay, Mr. CPU Kid, what am I expecting? What am I expecting for WWDC 2009? What am I hoping for? Well, since it's a developers conference, you know, Apple in the past, and rightfully so, has catered to software developers. I don't expect to see a lot of new Macs or a lot of new hardware, if you will. But these are the things that I expect to see. The first one is Snow Leopard. Snow Leopard is the next iteration of Mac OS X. I expect to see a heavy dog and pony show. I expect to see a lot of the features, the new enhancements from a developer's perspective. Not necessarily feature-wise on the user end, but they'll feature that. They will talk about it. A big dog and pony show for Snow Leopard. That's the first thing I expect at WWDC. The next thing I expect is a new iPhone hardware announcement. I think they're going to say, here's our new baby. You can pretend this is it. Here's our new baby. Here's what it can do. Here's what's on the back. Hopefully it's a greater video camera. I don't know what it's going to be. But we'll talk about that in the second part of your question. Here's what it is. Here's what it does. Here's the form factor. Here's how you, the developer, can utilize it. So the third thing I'm going to talk about, that I think they're going to talk about, is the SDK, the software development kit. They're going to release a new version. They're going to say, in order to utilize these new hardware features, here's what you, the developer, needs. Here's the tools we're going to give you to utilize it. So here's how you compile. Here's how you link it in. Here's how you transfer your app, blah, 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 blah. If you want to use the video camera, hopefully I'll have that, and to do some stuff. So those are the three main things I think they're going to cover. I think it's a safe bet to say that those are definitely going to be covered. Things that I want in terms of, you know, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I hope it does, is iPhone video capability. I'm hoping with a new handset, with the new hardware, that they provide video recording features. I hope that they provide some sort of a mechanism so that we can record video on our iPhone and upload it to like YouTube and places of the like. Or we can actually stream live video from our iPhones, and hopefully they figured out a way to preserve battery life doing that, or just give us the compromise and say, hey, when you do this, you're going to cut your battery life in half, so got to be careful. That's one thing I hope for. Another thing I hope for is this rumored MacBook Mini. If you haven't heard about this new MacBook Mini, the name MacBook Mini recently appeared in the popular chat client Adium in their server logs. Now this is how the name for the MacBook Air was first discovered. So it's a kind of a credible way. So somebody, somehow when they connected to Adium, they connected as a MacBook Mini. We don't know if it's fake, we don't know if it's real. But it does lead credence to that rumor. So I'm hoping for some sort of a tablet or a netbook-like Apple device that they'll announce at WWDC. Like I said, it's not a high likelihood that they'll announce new hardware. This is just my hope. I hope that they announce this new thing and say, hey, we have a touchscreen Mac now. Here's the API you can utilize in Snow Leopard to do API. You know, they can do a developer spin on it. That's my hope for WWDC 2009, which is coming up in June. A couple months, coming up pretty fast. And I heard that it's sold out, so it's going to be a popular venue. Okay, Mr. CPU Kid. His name is CPU Kid on Twitter. Thanks for the question, and I hope I answered you. I'm going to be probably streaming live during the WWDC 2009 keynote, and we'll see what the thing brings. Hopefully, it'll be some cool stuff. All right, this is Bwana from Bwana.tv. Thanks for the question, CPU Kid.